Donald Trump has elaborated a little more on his immigration policy, and as you know, he doesn't take kindly to undocumented immigrants in the United States. So as a result, during the debates, he decided to pay homage to a president who had a very controversial immigration policy, Eisenhower. Take a look.
Let me just tell you that Dwight Eisenhower, good president, great president, people liked him. I like Ike, right? The expression, I like Ike. Moved 1.5 million illegal immigrants out of this country. Moved them just beyond the border, they came back. Moved them again beyond the border, they came back. Didn't like it. Moved them way south, they never came back. Dwight Eisenhower. You don't get nicer, you don't get friendlier. They moved 1.5 million people out. We have no choice.
Now, the immigration policy that he was referring to was referred to as Operation Wetback, okay? I like Ike. People liked Ike. That was a phrase.
Nobody friendlier?
He was a nice guy.
Nobody nicer?
He was a nice guy.
Does he even have a reputation for being that? Okay, so you have proven your point. You're able to pursue racist policies and still be kind of a nice guy other than that. To other white people, I suppose.
Now, I'm going to give you more information about what Eisenhower did and the misconception of him deporting 1.5 million people out of the United States. That number is inflated. I'll give you the real number in just a second. But before we get to that, Donald Trump went on Morning Joe and he elaborated on what he plans on doing. He plans on creating a so-called deportation force that's more humane. Take a look.
Tell me the how. Are you going to have a massive deportation force?
You're going to have a deportation force, and you're going to do it humanely.
How are you going to pay for this?
It's very
Are they going to be ripped out of their homes?
Can I tell you? They're going back where they came. If they came from a certain country, they're going to be brought back to that country. That's the way it's supposed to be.
They would just drive buses, you know, to China, to Europe, to South America. We'll just drive the buses all over the place. Why not? Well, why would the other government stop us from doing that? I don't see why.
And the deportation force will be paid for by the Mexican government, by the way.
Exactly. Well, that's nice of them, I would say.
Right.
Really, I know that we have a bunch more details, but really fast, just because we played that other video. I miss Sarah Palin. I thought she was as stupid as a politician could get. He is stupider than Sarah Palin. Everything in that, I like Ike, it's an expression, right? It's an expression. It was a campaign slogan of the Eisenhower administration. And I just had an idea. Just in case in the future I do anything that people, like if I lie on air or I do something people don't like, I like pie. That's an expression now. I just said it. So in the future, I like pie. People said it. Yeah, he kicked that puppy, but I like pie. What is he fucking saying?
He's insane.
He's saying nothing.
And the thing is, okay, so...
Wait, one other thing.
Go ahead.
And they never came back. And that's why we never had to deal with illegal immigration again.
Yeah,
no, you idiot. People did continue to come.
11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States right now. So Eisenhower's plan didn't work. And by the way, the numbers were inflated. Later on, Trump is going to claim that almost 2 million people were successfully deported. Historians have looked into that number and realized that it's actually about 250,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not even close to 1.5 million or 2 million. So don't believe that number.
Or the 11 million he wants.
Now, let's say, or the 11 million, exactly, which is so ridiculous. So let's, for the sake of the conversation, pretend as though the plan did work and it was highly successful. You have to look at the way it was conducted and the lives that were lost as a result of this, okay? So during the summer of 1955, hundreds of thousands of Mexicans were dumped after being discovered as migrants who crossed the U.S.-Mexican border illegally, Mexico border illegally. Unloaded from buses and trucks carrying several times their capacity, the deportees stumbled into the Mexicali streets with few possessions and no way of getting home. Keep in mind that this happened in the summer of 1955. During the summertime, the temperatures in Mexicali can reach up to 125 degrees.
That sounds dangerous.
Oh, sounds super dangerous, right? After one such roundup and transfer in July, 88 people died from heat stroke, okay? Among the over 25% who were transported by boat from Port Isabel, Texas to the Mexican Gulf Coast, many shared cramped quarters in vessels resembling an 18th century slave ship and penal hell ship.
Trump will keep that part.
Also, the tactical push from the U.S. Border Patrol was initiated by then Attorney General Herbert Brunel Jr., who told officers to shoot point blank wetbacks attempting to enter America. So that's the policy that Eisenhower is being applauded for by Donald Trump, okay? We have some photos showing you what it looked like. The photos are graphic, but it'll give you a sense of what Donald Trump thought was a successful deportation by our government, okay? These are immigrants who were humiliated. They had their head shaved, so Border Patrol agents could identify them should they try to come back to the United States. I mean, it's disgusting.
It looks like concentration camps. That's what these photos look like.
So this is what Donald Trump thinks he's going to do with 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States. Now, of course, we're calling him out on it, but another person who called him out on it, surprisingly, was Bill O'Reilly. Let's take a look at that.
I like Ike. Remember, I like Ike? You were around then, right?
I like Ike.
I like Ike.
Right. A lot of people like Ike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, he deported, as you rightly pointed out, about 1 million, maybe a little bit more, illegal aliens back in the early 50s. Do you know what the program was called?
Well, now they think it's 2.2 million.
All right, whatever it might have been. Do you know what the program was called?
I do, but I wouldn't use the term. I don't like the term at all.
No, that's in English. But the formal thing is the Bracero program. So we're going to haul you back. But believe me when I tell you, Mr. Trump, that was brutal what they did to those people to kick them back. I mean, the stuff they did was really brutal. It could never happen today.
I've heard it both ways. I've heard good reports. I've heard bad reports. We would do it in a very humane way. And, Bill, let me tell you, Truman also sent 3.5 million people out. So you have to check on that. But Truman, before Ike, sent 3.5 million people out.
So he's lying about the numbers. 2.2 million people did not get deported from the United States. It was close to 250,000. That's according to historians.
Well, actually, no, now they think it was 7 million.
Yeah, actually, I love how it's been like a few days since Trump claimed it was 1.5 million. And now all of a sudden he's like, oh, now they're saying it was 2.2 million.
Yeah, and
Who's saying that?
While they were on the border waiting to ship them over, they stored them in gigantic pyramids, actually. I hate seeing the videos. I hate his stupid arrogance. God. It's extremely dumb fascism. It's not even you can understand that in some countries, economically, militarily, they've been so beaten down that fascist leaders would rise up and say, this is how we become strong again. And then they say, that's a strong leader. I'm going to follow him. I don't care what the fuck we have to do. But Trump is the stupidest person in this country. Mm-hmm. A person who can believe what he says. We're going to do it humanely. How are you going to do it humanely? He's already on the record saying, in response to concerns that you can't send these people back, they have kids here, you can't break up the families, so he has the easy solution. No, we send the kids too, the American citizens. We deport the American citizens, millions of them, across the border. He's too stupid to be on reality TV. It's never happened in this country before. He's too stupid to be in a reality show.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's the front runner for the GOP.